The escort of the 1st Mediterranean Squadron was a fitting background as His Majesty took to the pinnace which carried him to the old harbour, where he was met by that veteran statesman, Monsieur Louis Pathé, the 74-year-old French Foreign Minister. Massed troops and vast crowds witnessed, in a forest of flying flags, the warmth and affection of the meeting of these two great men on the Quai des Belges. Then swift tragedy. The car in which His Majesty and Monsieur Pathé were so happily riding into the city had hardly travelled 100 yards when suddenly the Croat murderers sprang from the crowds to the running board and poured a hail of lead into its two occupants. The king, mortally wounded, sank back into the cushions of the car, never again to open his eyes. Within a few minutes, the end had come. Barely 5 minutes after landing on French soil, Alexander of Yugoslavia was dead. Louis Pathé was badly wounded and was taken to hospital, where he too an hour later passed away. The murderer was struck down by the sword of a mounted French officer, and whilst he lay on the ground still firing, the crowds, frenzied with rage, threw themselves on him. By the time the police got him away, he too was dead. By his hand, two nations are plunged into grief. Two nations have lost of their greatest, lost them by violence whilst they were striving for a better understanding and peace. Tonight, the flickering candles cast dim shadows over Alexander and Pathé as they lie side by side at the prefecture. Is the peace of their last long sleep, so tragically fresh in our minds, to be an omen of the future?